Good afternoon, YouTube. It's your guy Jcru2u coming at you today, July 3rd, 2021, a day before our Independence Day, with another video uh, that's made some waves out of the sports world. Got some news from the track and field segment, and if you guys have been watching the news, you probably are up to date on this particular story. There's this young lady who's been a sprinter who's just been absolutely just killing it on the track and field circuit in terms of the U.S. Olympic trials. Coming up to this year's Summer Olympics that are going to be happening just in the next several weeks. Her name is ShaCarri Richardson, and basically this young lady has been blazing the track and field circuit, and she's been setting records here and there. I think she had like a 10.58 in one of the pre-trial races. I think a 10.86 in another race. And so she's really just been tearing up the scene. And if you've seen uh, this young lady, she seems to kind of has a personality about herself. She's one of these young women. I think she's like 21, 22. She has tattoos. She has like flamboyant looking hair, maybe like a hair weave, or hair extensions, you know, and just kind of real flamboyant. I know when I was talking with someone I'm close to about this particular young lady, they said in some way she kind of reminded them of Florence Griffith Joyner, aka FloJo from the 1980s, in terms of a sprinter who was kind of flamboyant with their looks. But of course, FloJo didn't really have like long. She didn't really have tattoos or nose rings. From what I remember, she just had long fingernails, and she had. I think she did wear hair weaves or whatnot. But anyway, going back to Miss ShaCarri Richardson, the main story that's erupted over the past couple of days is that she has been suspended uh, from the Olympics in a way, not the entire Olympics, but she would not be able to run the 100 meters. The reason that's significant because if anybody who watched the Olympics, the 100 meters is like the signature event that occurs. At least in my personal opinion, it's cool to watch 200 and 400 meters, but the 100 meters is the event that really kind of gets people going. It is what really people pay attention to, and of course, with the with that being significant, she was favored to perhaps win the event, and of course, her being a part of the United States, being a representative of the United States, rather, that really just kind of gave us a reason to root for her here, for those of us who reside here in the States. But unfortunately, like I said, apparently she tested positive for a substance that's found in marijuana, and she was suspended for 30 days. I think her suspension is going to end on July 27th. Which is just it's just in about 3 weeks. But uh, she won't be able to run the 100 meters of course I believe the 100 meters is going to be ran before that point. I think don't quote me on that, but I'm guessing that it's going to be ran at some point before July 27th. She will, however, be able to compete in the relays, which you'll have other teammates where they'll pass the baton from one person to another in some of these relay events. So she'll be able to run that, but she just won't be able to do anything at 100 meters. One of the reasons I want to comment on this is that I think that move showcases Miss Richardson's immaturity as a person. Keep in mind, she's in her early 20s. And I think that plays a big role in why she's even going through this issue right now. And the reason why I say that is that for anybody who's followed her, I think you probably are aware that her mother was going through, I think, something serious. She had been having some health problems. I wasn't sure what it was, but I remember watching one race where after she ran one of the races in some of the pre-trials, maybe a month or so ago, she ran up the stairs at the track that she was at after she won the race, and she embraced who I believe it was her mother at the time. And I think her mother died not long after. And as was revealed in the past couple of days via some interviews with Miss Richardson, um, some TV personalities got her to say that what was really going on. She said, "Yeah, it was because of my mother's passing, and she chose to smoke some weed to sort of like, sort of like deal with that. She just chose a recreational drug to sort of like, kind of, keep her pain away and to sort of keep her spirits up and not just too distracted by what was going on with her mother. I feel a few different ways about that, and that's another reason why I won't do this video. I think number one, not only does that show her youth, but I think that whole reasoning is BS. For Miss Richardson, I think it made me lose respect for her. Because in my mind, not only did you just let your country down, you let your mother down. Her mother was one of the people that she was out there just running so hard and tearing up the track and field circuit for. And for her to say that, I thought was a slap in the face to her deceased mother. And I think that was just flat out ignorant and dumb to get on TV and say that. To me, I think she could have found another coping mechanism, maybe sort of communicate with family and friends, or just find something else to do. Go hang out somewhere after in between her running these races, and as a way to maintain her focus and/or some of her United States teammates. Go hang out with them somewhere. Go do something with them in order to maintain your focus. To me, like I said, before you even let down us, your mother would be the biggest person that's disappointing you, because apparently you guys were very close. She was pushing you, and I think that's who will probably just kind of be turning over in their grave as a result of this. Is that you just kind of flipped on your mother like that by doing something that not only disappointed your country but her. So it's a slap in the face to everything she probably had helped you become, in this lifetime. ShaCarri Richardson has the opportunity of a lifetime to become a household name, and at least for right now, she's blown it. I mean, I guess this is somewhat of a pun, of an intended pun, but a part of her Olympic dreams are up in smoke because she chose to go smoke on some marijuana, and it's very disappointing. Because, like I said, I think it's a combination of her being young and just not being internally aware of what that could do. She was making a selfish decision to try to help herself before she really thought about what her mother would feel if her mother was alive and the rest of her country. And so I think it's just very disappointing. Her youth has really just kind of deterred her, in this particular key moment in her life. And I think it's very disappointing. And, again, I don't know if they'll be able to overturn this in time for her to be able to run the Olympic trials. I know a lot of people have spoken out. They feel like it's too harsh. Because I think, the rules are set by the World Anti-Doping Agency and maybe another authority. And that's who apparently kind of alerted her and, the rest of the media outlets that she had failed a drug test. But it just shows that she's very immature and that she needs to grow as a person. But again, I don't want to, make a long video. I just want to basically state how disappointed I was, in terms of seeing this, because this is something that she could sort of use as a bragging point for the rest of her life. If she won a gold medal in the marquee event in the 100-meter dash at the Olympics, and she could have her Usain Bolt moment per se. But at least for right now, she's blown it. I would just encourage her not to blow any more trees. Stop thinking about getting high and get refocused for the events you're eligible for. This your guy Jcru2u coming at you with this brief video here in early July. Hope y'all have a great weekend and a great Independence Day tomorrow. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you love all the videos I've done so far, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Have a good one.